I basically already know that Canelo wins this fight probably round 4.
10 out
Honestly.
of 10 times Canelo's winning this fight.
Oh yeah, 10 out of 10 times. So
what about you, T? Are you down for this fight?
Bro, nobody gives a shit about Canelo fighting these tomato cans until he fights Bud, bro.
The Canelo Berlanga fight, and to me, this is one that is another one of those Bud Crawford, Azramov kind of fights where it's like nobody wants this.
Nobody wants to see it.
Oscar De La Hoya is like, nobody wants to see this. Nobody's asking for it. Nobody cares about this fight. Canelo in this press conference they just had their first press conference. He's got this Conor McGregor type swagger to him now. You know, he always had that appeal with fans because he was so humble and he was so gracious in victory. But for this fight, man, I don't know if he's just trying to sell it differently or what, but he's just coming off like an ass. I'm like, bro, really?
Well, I see it differently. I hear what you're saying, and I can kind of see where if you catch some of the press conference, especially the highlights of the press conference, you're going to see a lot of the, of course, clap back from Canelo, things that he's saying, things that he's doing that makes it seem that way. But I think it was more or less Berlanga kind of egging it on a little bit as far as trying to get a reaction out of him. Because as we all know, if you've ever watched any of Canelo's pressers, he's always very quiet. He basically doesn't say much. He only says what he needs to say. And then after that, he goes into, talking about the fight or whatever might be happening. Berlanga, on the other hand, of Puerto Rican descent.
That's the big storyline, bro.
And yeah, Puerto Rico versus Mexico, always. And it's always going to be something like that, especially, on a fight night that is September 14th, which is, 2 days away from Mexico's Independence Day or their official Independence Day. So it's one of those dates that everybody kind of holds true and they want to see big Mexican fights. I think during that same weekend, they're also going to have like this big UFC Mexico gala thing of whatever proportions that's going to be happening at the same time that Dana White's putting together, which everybody's already predicting that's going to outshine
because
Canelo.
It's at the Sphere. It's at the Sphere in Vegas. That's the first UFC event in Vegas.
Yeah,
is at the Sphere in Vegas is going to be that. So everybody's like, bro, like it's going to be so clean, and then you got Canelo versus
Canelo fight. Exactly. And so, I mean, to me, when I saw the presser to begin with, it really didn't start picking up on Canelo's side to where he started turning into that. And I can see what you're talking about, the whole feel of Conor McGregor type attitude that he was getting towards him.
Chill out, bro. Chill out.
Yeah. I got that after the fact that Berlanga was sitting there just mouthing off, saying things off mic, of course, to Canelo directly. And then where I saw it come out is when he started calling out other fighters that were at the presser, i.e. Caleb Plant. He started making remarks towards Caleb, talking about, at least I'm not going to get knocked out like your ass got knocked out, things of that nature. And of course, Caleb Plant started talking shit back. And as soon as he started doing that, Canelo was like, "Hey, don't worry, I got him for it. I'm gonna take care of this motherfucker for you." Yeah, exactly.
Canelo's new favorite line right now. Take it easy.
Take it easy. So I think they're trying to build it to make it something, but honestly, if I have to give my honest opinion, I don't think it's going to outshine the UFC Mexico thing that they're going to be doing at the Sphere. I really don't think there ain't no way they're going to outshine that. Again, just like you finished saying, Canelo versus Berlanga, nobody wants to see that fight. Nobody asked for this fight. nobody's lining up or buying tickets out the window just to go see this. I mean, you're gonna have those faithful Canelo fans that are gonna buy tickets, that are gonna go to the fight, that are probably purchase it on pay-per-view just to see Canelo fight, but nobody really wants this fight. We want to see him fight people like Crawford, like David Benavidez. Those are the fights that we want to see. This fight has no interest. I have no interest whatsoever to see this fight. I basically already know that Canelo wins this fight probably round 4.
10
honestly.
out of 10 times Canelo's winning this fight.
Oh, yeah. 10 out of 10 times. So
what about you, T? Are you down for this fight?
Bro. Nobody gives a shit about Canelo fighting these tomato cans until he fights Bud, bro. This is another Mayweather, Pacquiao. You wait too long, it's gonna lose interest.
Yeah.
Like,
now, he did say he would fight Bud because Bud said he'd go up to 168.
Bro, look, bro. Canelo has said, and this is me just giving like a Cliff Notes version of what he said. He's basically come out and said, bro, I'm at the point in my career where why would I want to take risks like that?
Yeah.
When, you know, I can pick who I want to fight now.
I'm the A side.
Yeah, like I'm the A side. Like I'm Mayweather. But I guess the thing with Mayweather, bro, is everybody he fought outside of like the last maybe the last 4 fights, everybody he fought, bro, you would expect him to fight them. The only fight that you were like, okay, this fight took too long was the Pacquiao fight. Victor Ortiz, did nobody care for that. Andre, it's not Beltran, it's I can't think of his last name. The black guy. When he fought
Andre
that
Ward?
dude, it's like, nah, the other guy.
Andre Ward's a whole different dude, bro. He's humongous.
Nah, bro, but basically what I'm getting at is, you know, when he fought Maidana.
It's not Demetrius Andrade, is it? No, it's not him either.
Bro, it was like it was the fight. I think it was fight 49. It was the fight before McGregor.
It wasn't Zab Judah. I swear he fought Zab, bro. Like he fought something.
That was early. That was early on, bro.
Who was the guy?
His name is Andre something. But anywho, what I'm getting at is, bro, is that outside of the Andre guy,
Berto,
Pacquiao,
Berto,
yeah. Outside of Berto, Pacquiao, and Victor Ortiz, bro, Mayweather kind of fought everybody that was either up and coming or next up, supposed to be next up. You know what I'm saying? Canelo, I mean, bro, you fought one of the Charlo twins.
I mean, everybody wanted to see him fight the Charlo guys. Everybody was like, Charlo's this and that, bro.
Bro, no. But everybody wanted to see that fight. What would you rather have seen? Him fight the Charlo twin or him fight Bud?
Well, I don't think Bud was really up there. Bud was solid until he put the work on Errol Spence. Then at that point, it was like,
that's the fight.
He outclassed him. It wasn't even like at that point you're like, okay, bro, he's that guy. That put him. I think that put him number 1 pound for pound.
Yeah. Yep. It did.
So I mean, you can't say did you want to see him fight Bud like that back then. Bud was still trying to do something, but I mean,
he already had his bones though. He was already undefeated by a lot. Like, I get what you're saying though, bro. I definitely understand that that shit didn't matter until he put the pounding on Earl. So I understand what you're saying, but what I'm getting at, bro, is that we've seen enough tomato can fights from Canelo to be like, dude, come on, bro. Like, you really just making it obvious that all you caring about is getting paid.
Getting paid.
And that's it.
This shit is going like this fight should end up being. Now they did do good by promoting it as Puerto Rico versus Mexico, the battle of the Hispanic.
Oh, we lost you.
You're muted, bro. You're muted.
I don't know if you consider Puerto Ricans Hispanics, but at the end of the day, bro, I don't want to see you fight no more tomato cans. Like,
Yeah.
I want to see you fight somebody that's either equal or potentially better than you. And right now, that's Bud. So, whatever
Yeah.
you got to do to make that fight happen, make that fight happen. This fight, I don't give a damn about.
Yeah. You want to see a guy that's going to get paid handsomely. You want to see him earn that check, right? You want to see him do something to earn that status that he has. Like you look at him when he fought Dimitri Bivol. Fighting Bivol, like to me, I'm like, okay, you're chasing something. You took a L. That's fine, bro. Like you really out here putting it on the line. You like to see that. But then when you see him fight these dudes and it's like, bro, who?
Right.
Who?
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
going man, you going backwards, like
But that's the thing though, bro. Like you made it to that point. It's not like the old days, bro. It's not like when we had the Sugar Ray versus Tommy Hearns. It's not like when we had Hagler Hearns, Hagler Sugar Ray.
Durant.
Like Duran, like it's not like them guys fought each other, bro. The Muhammad
Yeah.
Ali versus Foreman's. It's just not like that no more, bro. It's all it is about the money. It's
Right.
just about the money.
See, I think to me, it almost reeks of I don't want to risk it for something where if I risk it and I lose, I don't have an easy excuse why I lost, and I will lose my ability to claim an A side because you lose to Bivol. That's fine. What's the excuse? Well, he's the way bigger man. I'm moving up all these weight classes. I'm really trying to create some history here. Hey, no harm, no foul. You lose to somebody like a Bud Crawford, and it's like, I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. I don't think there's necessarily a downside to taking an L in that fight. Should he take that fight, other than you were the bigger man and you got beat?
Mm-hmm.
What does that say about you? But Bud's that guy. I mean, he just kind of is. He's shown you that he's got it head to toe. He's locked in right now. Right now, he's where you want to be. So to me, I think this fight, I'll watch it. I don't.
Versus Canelo.
I mean, you know, I want to see what this is going to look like. It's probably going to be Canelo standing up between rounds, not taking the stool in there because he's going to start off pretty decent, and then by the end he'll be, you know, tired and not boxing as hard as he normally did. He'll carry him. That's the one thing that they kind of discussed in the press conference as well. Was he said, I'm not going to have any compassion for him. And Berlanga's dad, I think, was like, the fact that you said you're not going to have compassion for him tells me you had compassion for the last guy you fought and you carried him like you did. He's like, so that makes Canelo more dangerous. But I don't think that Canelo cannot afford to go to a decision with this guy.
No.
If you go to decision here, bro, you may as well not have. You may as well lost the fight. Like at that point, you may as well be because you don't have no business letting this dude compete with you like that.
Yeah, this guy is a nobody. And I don't mean to take anything away from Edgar Berlanga.
It sounds like you do.
I don't want to take anything away from him. I'm pretty sure that he is a pretty good fighter to be able to get in the ring with Canelo, but I don't see him. Nothing about this fight is like, oh my God, this is the fight of the century.
Right.
Nothing about this fight. You guys have brought it up plenty of times, and and I'll ask you guys at this point, what would you rather see? Would you rather see Canelo fight Bud or Canelo fight Benavides?
I think I'd rather see him fight. Probably fight Bud.
I want to see Bud.
And that's because right now, Bud Crawford, whatever,
Bud is the
call it
bigger
what you
names.
want to.
That's the draw.
He is the pound for pound best fighter in boxing right now.
Yes.
It used to be Canelo at one point, but now it is Bud Crawford.
Ass fights.
Exactly. You're talking about a guy, Edgar Berlanga, that's 22-0, 17 KOs only. Doesn't have, to me at least anyway, because I haven't seen or heard, what fights he's taken or what challenges he's had to go through in order for him to get to that record. I think that this is going to be, and a lot of people think this. A lot of people think this is going to be a cakewalk for Canelo. Everybody expects Canelo to win. That it's just going to be a simple fight. It's going to be in and out, this and that and the other. But I don't know that much about this guy for me to be able to say that. You're talking about Canelo, who's 61, 2-2, and has 39 knockouts. Canelo's lost some fights. He lost to Bivol, and then he lost to Mayweather. So, outside of that, I mean, he's fought the bigger names. He's made his way to where he's at now, and he became that face of boxing for a long time. He's been the face of boxing for a long time. But I think the tide is starting to turn. We're going to see somebody else take that mantle. And for me, right now, honestly, I'm going to say Bud is the face of boxing right now. Everybody wants to see Bud fight. Of course, I would love to see Bud fight Canelo, but when you're throwing numbers out of your butt that are 200 million just to fight somebody, I mean, and you have His Excellency tell you that, basically tweet at you that you can tell that just by the ludicrous amount of money that you're asking for just to take a fight, that you don't want to fight these other fighters that actually could give you some sort of competition.
Mm-hmm.
You would rather take these easy fights and continue to make money. You can tell that at this point you're treating it as a business and not as I want to show the world that I am the best fighter in the world. Yeah, you don't care. It's not about that anymore. So,
and that's something that he's always hung his hat on is I care about my legacy. Your legacy now is you're cherry picking these fights. And a lot of people gave Mayweather that same kind of grief, right? But I do think Mayweather earned it. He earned it. And I do feel like Canelo to a point has earned that as well. But at the same time, it's like, bro, you need to fight bigger names.
If not, retire.
Time.
Yeah, if not, retire.
Exactly. You've made plenty of money now. You don't need the money.
Exactly.
Anyway, just our 2 cents, ladies and gentlemen. So with that being said, we do want to thank you once again for taking the time to join us on this riveting episode of The Burner Account. Until next week, we just want to say thank you. Holler at your boy. Peace.
Peace.